As fierce a competitor on the track as a coach on the sidelines, Ellannee Rajewsky etched her name in Washington State lore as one of the greatest Cougars to wear the crimson and gray. Rajewsky was a 5-time All-American heptathlete and sprinter at WSU, taking second place at the 2002 and 2003 NCAA Heptathlon Championships. She earned another All-America certificate, anchoring the 4x400-meter relay to 7th place at the 2003 NCAA indoor meet in a school record time. Additionally, she anchored the 1,600-meter relay squad to a school record outdoor time. Rajewsky's 2003 senior awards included WSU's Pac-10 medal winner, Pac-10 postgraduate scholarship, Arthur Ashe Junior Sports Scholar First Team, NCAA postgraduate scholarship, and Verizon COSIDA National Academic All-American Second Team. Upon graduating from WSU, she joined the Cougar coaching staff, leading the next generation of sprinters for a decade, where her relay teams consistently ran WSU top 10 times every season. In 2006, Rajewsky was named the West Region Men's Sprint Hurdles Coach of the Year. In 2011, the men's 400-meter relay won the Pac-10 title in a time of 39.48 seconds, the second fastest in WSU history. As a professional competitor, Rajewsky finished 5th in the 400-meter dash at the 2004 USA Indoor Track and Field Championships. And at the 2004 U.S. Olympic Trials, she narrowly missed the 400-meter hurdles final after running a PR time in the prelims. Tonight, Ellannee Rajewsky finishes her Cougar career in winning fashion as she is inducted into the Washington State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
I'd like to start by thanking the members of the selection committee, and I'd like to thank everyone that played a part in putting this event on tonight. I'd also like to extend a congratulations to all of the inductees of this class. I am so honored to be standing here accepting this award tonight. I can think of a lot of special moments that took place throughout my career, but I think this one tonight tops them all. Thank you to all of you that traveled here tonight to support me. I want to give special recognition to my family members, my brother Rajay, my sister-in-law Jen, my mother and father, Ray and Shirley, my husband Steve, and my 2 daughters, Araya and Bree. Mom and Dad, thank you for being the most supportive people in my life. No matter what I have ever needed, you have found a way to provide it for me when we really didn't have the means. You taught me the value of hard work and determination. You held me accountable, and you have been supportive with everything that I have attempted in my life. My mother, bless her heart, knows very little about sports. But she showed up to every single track meet, basketball game, and softball game that I ever played. She yelled as loud as she could, and she had no idea what she was even yelling for. But all that mattered to her was that I was on the field, and she wanted me to know that she was excited about what I was doing. My father, he's the complete opposite. He introduced me to sports, he coached me for many years, and he has taught me a lot of valuable lessons about perseverance. My brother Rajay was a phenomenal athlete growing up, and I can attribute much of my success to him. He made me fall in love with sports. Rajay, I always wanted to be just like you. Although I usually pretended like I wasn't listening to you, I took every word of advice to heart, and I still do when you give it to me today. Next, I have to tell you about my 2 college coaches. I'll start with the former head coach of the track and field team at WSU, Rick Sloan. He is my biggest inspiration. I love this man like a father. I remember my first practice of my freshman year, which was a 2.3 mile run, and it ended with a run up B Street Hill. I went out way too fast, and I started to die towards the end of the run. I was halfway up B Street when my 50-year-old head coach sprinted past me and told me not to quit. My first reaction was, how the heck did he just pass me? Boy, was I humbled that day. On my very first day of practice, he made it very clear to me that I was never to give up and not to give myself an out, because once I did, it would leave the door open for me to do it again. I remember that statement that he made to me on that day, and I have carried it with me for the past 20 years. I am so grateful that I developed as an athlete and as a person under Rick Sloan. He always had a way to pick me up and encourage me when I was down, and he always told me that I could do more, and I believe that he was right. Coach Sloan, thank you for making my 5 years as a student athlete and my 11 years as a coach some of the funnest years of my life. You're an incredible human being, and I could not have asked for a better college coach. I also want to thank Mark McDonald. Mac recruited me to Washington State, and honestly, he is the only reason that I remained in Pullman as long as I did. After the first week of school, I was super homesick. I felt somewhat lost in the small town, and I missed my family like crazy. It was Mark McDonald that noticed this without me even having to say anything, and he checked in with me daily to make sure that I was doing okay. He helped me figure out life away from home while I searched for my place in this athletic community. Mac, you're a special person. Probably the most giving person I know. You'll bend over backwards to help anyone in a time of need, and you have become one of my closest friends. I do miss working with you. Although you have aged quite a bit over the last 21 years that I have known you, you still remain a 10-year-old at heart, and that's what I appreciate about you the most. Thank you for believing in me and always encouraging me on and off the track. You did always know what was best for me. An example of this would be your decision to pair my college roommate and teammate, Randy Smith, with me. She is also here tonight. I know it was a lucky guess on your part, but I think you did a pretty good job. We were the perfect match. We were both hurdlers on the track team, and we ran on the relays together. Randy and I ended up living together for 5 years while we were in Pullman. And despite that, we're still best friends today. Randy, whether you know it or not, you're my superhero. Thank you for always being such a genuine friend. Our friendship started on the track 20 years ago. Gosh, that's hard to say. And it has only grown stronger over time. You have been by my side during the best and worst times, and you are always there for me when I need you. So thank you. Lastly, I want to thank my husband, Steve, who is here supporting me tonight. He is actually the sprints coach at the University of Michigan. I love this sport so much, I went and married a coach. My oldest daughter, Araya, who just turned 3, loves going to practice with her dad and chasing the athletes around the track. Before I close, I do want to share one of my proudest parenting moments thus far with you. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were in the car at a stoplight with the 2 girls in the back seat. A woman was out on a leisurely jog, and she happened to jog across the front of our car, across the crosswalk. And I hear Araya in the back seat say, "Huh." And so I said, "What is it, Araya?" Sorry. So I asked her, "What is it, Araya?" "Nothing. I was just thinking, I'm way faster than that lady." Although it wasn't the nicest thing to verbalize, I was pretty excited to see that competitive fire in her already. I'll finish by telling you that my time in Pullman, Washington was pretty awesome. I had the opportunity to represent a program that created a sense of belonging to every single athlete on the team. I developed lifelong friendships with teammates and coworkers while I was here in Pullman, and I am so grateful for the opportunity that I had to represent Washington State University. I want to thank all of my former athletes, teammates, and coworkers at WSU for their support and encouragement over the years. Although I am living in Michigan now and yelling "Go Blue" on the weekends, I still bleed crimson every day. I am a proud Coug, and my life is so much better because of the time that I spent at Washington State University. Thank you.